on Divorce Court today. 7 people in a 1-bedroom apartment could put the squeeze on any relationship. John says Tiffany refuses to be intimate. She just wants him to put down the game controller and help out around the house. Tiffany King and John Stewart have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Ms. King, Mr. Stewart, the two of you have been together for 6 years. You have 2 children together. However, you are living in a 1-bedroom apartment, the 2 of you and 5 children under the age of 18, correct?
Correct.
You know, I don't even think I need to ask what's gone wrong. I mean, that's a lot of people in a small space. Ms. King, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me, other than your living circumstance, what is the main issue that causes you now to want to leave?
Financial issues.
What's up?
Basically, he kind of waits for me to do everything. You know, don't get me wrong, he was working once before. He lost the job, but it's been a couple years since he hasn't been working. And now we're in a financial rut, and I can't just do everything. He expects me to do everything by myself.
So, Mr. Stewart, you lost your job. It could happen to anybody. Have you been trying to get a new one, or are you comfortable not working?
I'm not comfortable not working, but I have been looking for work, Your Honor. You know, I've gone out, I did a couple of odd jobs. I even started doing tattoos and selling movies. So she's trying to make it seem like I just don't try to do anything, like I'm just sitting there doing nothing. But that's not true, because I don't just sit there.
Is he out there giving it a shot, even though he hasn't been successful?
We have a eviction going on, so that's why he's trying. That's how I take it.
Oh, okay. Now, Mr. Stewart, have your efforts been consistent, or are they kind of haphazard? A little bit here, a little bit there.
I've been consistent.
Yeah?
You know, I'll go out and I'll look, and then she'll say, well, let me try. So I'll let her try. She wants to do it her way. So after it doesn't work for me, then she does it. And then it's like, okay, now I'm the bad one. I don't want to do anything. I'm lazy. I'm just sitting at home. I'm just playing video games, watching the big screen TV all day.
Well, now, Ms. King, now that he is at home, and if he isn't working, is he contributing meaningfully at the house? Because that does have value.
Oh,
I mean,
understand.
you've got 5 kids. Is he taking care of the 5 kids while you're out working?
Not the way he should.
When you say not the way he should, what does that mean?
When I come home from work, I expect my boys to be changed, their clothes, not to have on the same clothes that they've been in since the morning. I would expect to come home to clean dishes, no dishes in the sink. Maybe 3 of the kids sleep or on their way to sleep.
Well, Mrs. King, other than the financial issues, my understanding is that, well, let me put it this way. You say you're not having enough sex, and you say he's looking at too much porn.
Yeah.
Which to me all comes together, you know, not enough sex, too much porn. They usually happen hand in hand. Why don't you tell me why you think how much porn he's watching and why you think he's watching it? Well, I know why he's watching it, but what, you know.
Well, we had a great sex life. Actually, our sex life just recently stopped. It just decreased. And it decreased because I feel like, why should I keep giving, and he's not giving? That plays all in part. We have an eviction notice that we're gonna be kicked out pretty soon. So I don't care about sex right now. That's not a big issue in my life. But the porn has always been around. No matter if I was giving it to him every day, to when I stopped, the porn is still there. And to me, when I ask him about it, he says just entertainment. But to me,
you watch a lot of porn, Mr. Stewart?
I don't watch a lot of it, just at certain times when I'm feeling a certain kind of way.
No, that's not completely true, because he keeps it on his phone. They're on his phone.
I do that to make her mad, because I know
you
she looks through my phone.
You got porn on the phone?
On the cell phone.
I used to.
Why would you do it to make her mad?
I know she looks through my phone, she goes through my social medias, and she does all that. So I put it on there because I know she's going to see
you looking, I'm going to show you something.
I'll give you something to look at, yeah.
All right.
But before I did that, he was always talking to women, even through my pregnancies. He was talking to women. When I delivered my last child, he was at home. After he came to see me the next morning, he went home and he was flirting with some women online while I was at the hospital.
Do you flirt with other women? Are you out there just,
I don't call it flirting. I just call it chatting. She calls it flirting. I don't.
Are you saying, hey, beautiful, and all that kind of nonsense?
Sometimes.
Can you see how that hurts her?
Yeah, I can.
If we're worried about where we gonna live, sex is not on our list of things to do.
Yeah, but I mean, when everything else is straight, like the rent is paid for, the bills and everything is taken care of, is food
She's
in the
still
house,
not interested.
it's okay, I'm too tired, or wait till the kids go to sleep, or I'll wake you up in the morning, and I wake up before you. You can't wake me up in the morning, you know? I have to wake you up. So when I try to wake you up, you're pushing me away, and it's like you're making me feel rejected when we're waiting for the kids to go to sleep, you know, and it's just it's too much. And then we're already in the one room. Our bed is in the living room with the sheet around it. So
Wow, that's got to be hard in general.
And it's real hard. And then I have a 9-year-old that doesn't sleep, so she's just up all night. So we wait for her to go to sleep.
Oh,
and then I have
yeah,
my
that's kind of
3-year-old. He wakes up and he comes
I don't
get on
think
the
it's a
couch
matter of
early in the morning.
disinterest on her part so much. It's just logistically a nightmare.
It
really,
is.
It
It
really
can be
is
sometimes,
because
but there are
sometimes he says I complain about me being tired. When I get up in the morning and I have to get up, prepare things for my kids before I leave, get myself ready. Sometimes I will cook dinner before I leave to go to work, you know, and then I will go to work. I catch the bus. I don't drive, so I have to walk to the bus stop, go to work, come back, and it's late. I should not have to come home and clean dishes or anything. If I have to come home and do those things, of course, I'm extra tired, so of course I'm not giving you any sex. It's not going down because I'm tired.
Are things kind of handled when she gets home so she doesn't have a second shift job to do?
Well, she goes to work. She gets there about 2 o'clock. She doesn't get home till about 9:30 or 10. So all between times, I'm cleaning up. I'm doing dishes. I don't do dishes over and over and over again. You know, I set a set time where I can go in when all the dishes are in there, and I do all the dishes. Now, if the kids go in there and throw a bowl or a cup in there, and she comes home, that might be the only thing in there. Why there's still dishes in the sink?
Not true.
And then here comes Commander Tiff. She
Okay,
come
she
in
all
with her
mad
big
about
black
it.
boots,
Not true.
and she's stomping on everything, and you know she's going big, and she's yelling, "Okay, I need you to do this. You could have told the kids to do this," and it's like
And it wasn't that big a deal.
everything is turned up now.
Next, does the cool dad let the house get out of control? Plus, how did Commander Tiff get that name? Have you been living together for years but find that splitting up is as complicated as divorce? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Couples in crisis, real resolution. Divorce Court continues.
So you called her Commander Tiff.
Commander Tiff. Yes, I
And
do.
I want to know what what does she come home and do and say? What's the attitude and atmosphere when she gets home from work?
Well, first we leave the door unlocked because the kids go in and out the house, so we just leave it unlocked. So she walks in, and it's like you can hear her boots when she walks in, you know. And
She's
just
stomping in. She's
And then
marching
she's
home.
looking around like the Terminator, and she's like, "Okay, I see dishes. You get the dishes." And then she's looking at me. "Why you didn't tell them to get the dishes?" And it's like, well, somebody just washed the dishes a few minutes ago, and
Now,
that's
Your
just 2
Honor,
extra dishes. And then
but
she's looking
you
at me,
can't-
"You could have told them to take the trash out." I was like, well, I had the agreement, well, I'll take the trash out, but you know, the kids are getting older. I'm trying to give them more responsibility, so I let them take the trash out. So it's like, I'm in trouble now because I didn't tell them to take the trash out.
Now, is it small stuff that's not happening there? You know, because he's got a lot of kids at home. And There's not going to be complete order ever.
No, it's not. I've done it. While he was working before, I've done it. During my pregnancies, I've done it while he was working. I never got any help during my pregnancies, not even a belly rub, back rub, anything. I still had to take care of everything, figure out how to do everything by myself. What I mean by the kids cleaning up, I have 5 kids. 3 of them are girls, the oldest ones. They need to learn to know that they have to have chores. But at the same time, if he passes by the trash can, why can't he throw the trash? When I talk to my kids say, all he does is sit in a chair, play his video games, and go outside and smoke cigarettes all day. He doesn't really do anything. The kids does more chores than he does in the house.
Is there
And
any
that's not
truth to
true.
that?
Yes, it is.
Do you
Somewhat.
play video games during the day?
On my phone, yeah.
On your phone? And how long on any given day will you spend with video games on your phone?
Maybe 2.5, 3 hours.
Not
A
true.
day?
Not a day.
Not
I'd say within the week.
Not true.
I don't believe that.
I'll
Not
say within
true.
the week, 2 or 3
I
hours.
believe
Because I only have
that.
one game.
Not true.
So it's not like I'll sit there and play the game all day long. When I can't pass a level,
Your
I
Honor,
just
I
quit.
love this man. I love this man. This is not the first time we're going through eviction. This is
This is
not
the
the
third
first
time, Your
time
Honor.
that we might be homeless. You understand? And each and every time I have took care of every one of those situations. I can't keep calling up my family and saying I need to borrow some money to help pay my rent.
Well, when there is an economic crisis, is she the one that usually puts out the fire?
Yeah, mostly.
Always.
Mostly.
Always.
How long were you working
When
before
we
you
first
lost
met,
your job?
I had a Cadillac Eldorado. I sold the Cadillac Eldorado to help her pay for her rent.
$60.
Ms. King, let the man speak. Go ahead,
So I
Mr.
didn't even have to sell it. I didn't have to go get it. You know, I went and sold it to help her out, just to prove to her that, you know, I was willing to be in this and go through it the long, hard way, you know? So after that, everything started going completely downhill. I guess I started looking at the chat lines more often, and, you know, the no sex issue came in. So it was just all bad for me.
What precipitated all that? Was it the loss of the job changed everybody's attitude, or was
Yeah, the
it?
loss of the job. I was laid off because the owner had passed away and the company got sold. So I was out of a job. And then when I did try to look for a job and couldn't find one, she made a decision that she would go look for the job. And I would stay home. That was our agreement, that I would stay home and I would watch all the kids and I would do the womanly thing, I guess. I'll be the woman, you be the man. Since you want to work, I'll stay at home and I'll watch the kids.
Is that bothering you?
Yes, it is, because I don't want to sit around the kids all day long. Sometimes they don't listen. I could
Oh
tell
yeah,
them,
they can be a pain. I know that.
I need the trash took out, or I have to literally say, Tiffany's coming home in 15 minutes, and everybody will jump up, and you'll hear them scattering, trying to clean up.
Now why
And
don't
it's
they
like,
jump up
why
when
do I
you
have to do
speak?
that?
Why don't they jump up when you speak, Mr. Stewart?
I don't know.
I can
guess they
understand
feel
them
like-
being a pain in the behind, because that's what they do. That's part of their career. Is to nickel and dime you into heaven for not killing them along the way. I get that. But why don't they do what you tell them to do?
I guess they feel like I'm the cool dad. I won't say too much, and
Now,
I'll just
whose
let them.
fault is it then that they don't do what you tell them to do?
That's my fault.
When divorce court continues, can John step up his game fast enough to save this relationship?
Tiffany and John live with 5 kids in a 1-bedroom apartment. Do you think they can handle the stress? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Do you get what she's saying?
I get what she's saying. She wants me
What do
to,
you think she's saying?
She wants me to do more, try harder. I get all those things.
That's only a piece of what she's saying. That's all. Let me tell you all of what she's saying. She's saying she needs someone to take charge of some piece of her life. She feels like she's responsible for all of it. You do a little helping here and there where you can, up until a point, up until your ego gets involved, up until the children get irritating, up until you feel bad about not getting another job. And at the end of the day, she's responsible for making up between where you stopped and where they need to be to survive. So you're helping and she's getting it done. And
But at
she
the end of
wants
the
you
day,
to
Your
take a
Honor,
piece of something and say, I'm going to get it done. I'm going to make sure these kids got it together, annoying or not, they obey me, stuff is ready, so she doesn't feel ultimately responsible for everything that happens in the household. Am I right about that?
Absolutely right.
I can
That's what
understand that,
she's
but when she
saying.
comes home, she doesn't have to do none of the stuff. She doesn't have to clean up. She doesn't have to come in and vacuum. If I'm there all day, why should you come home from work and just do it? She's just doing it. It's
Because
not like she's sitting
I
down
can't
and
go to
arguing
sleep
about it.
with a dirt. I hate going to sleep with a dirty kitchen. I don't like my bathroom dirty. It's certain things I don't like. I didn't grow up here. I was born in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. So my upbringing is completely, totally different. My family, on the other hand, thinks that a man is supposed to be taking care of home. So that gets me and my family into it a lot because I'm always asking my family to help us out. And they're looking at me like, on the other hand, we don't want to help you anymore because you have this man here at home. What is he doing?
I don't think you're a bad guy, Mr. Stewart. I really don't. But I just don't think you understand what it is she's looking for.
If something is done, it has to be her way, and it can't be that way.
It's
She has
not
to
my way all the
compromise.
time.
I think she wants you to complete something in a way she likes it at least some of the time.
But it has to be in her way. If it's not up to her standards, then here comes the arguments and the yelling and sometimes the cussing.
If she's under all this stress and she really wants the house to be clean when she gets there, why not do it?
But it is clean. It's just not clean to her standards.
But do you know what her standards are?
Yeah, she don't
Meet
want
'em.
to see dust or anything.
Mean it.
But when you have 5 kids in the house, it's going to be some dust after you clean up.
He's not getting it. We
You're
go through
not
this
hearing-
all the time.
You know, and I understand what you're saying. I really, really do. Because, you know, I had kids at home, a whole lot of them, and there's always something going on, this, that, and the other, but
I want him to start something and keep it going. I don't want him to just do it just one week because I'm fussing this week real bad, and then he'll do it for a week, and then he stops, and then he'll be like, okay, and then he don't do it no more until I start fussing again. And then when I start fussing again, then he starts it again. You know what I mean? To me, it's like,
isn't that what happens?
Yeah, every time.
Judge Lynn Toller's ruling next. Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toller's ruling right now.
Mrs. King, you want me to do a meaningless thing. You want me to award you $1,500 in transitional support. My brother doesn't have a dollar to his name, does he?
No.
So I can't give you that. And I think you'll probably go. And I wish I could give you that, but it won't mean anything because he doesn't have it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to assume that you're going to go, but I'm going to try to tell him something that will make you want to stay. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to try. I've been trying for the last 20 minutes. I ain't got nowhere. But I'm going to work at it again. She wants you to handle some stuff. She wants you to take some stuff off of her plate. She doesn't want to have to beg a man to do more. She wants my man, hey, I'm got this. I got it handled. I got your back, baby. It's good. I'm there. Don't worry about it. Got it handled. I don't think you say that much.
I tell her I got it. And then she's like, well, no,
But
let
then
me
you
take
have to
care
get
of
it. You can't say I got it and then not have it.
I want to feel appreciated. You know, I don't feel appreciated. I never felt appreciated through all my pregnancies, through the whole years, nothing. No appreciation. I have to beg for my appreciation, and that's ridiculous.
Diamonds on her neck. That's appreciation. And I don't have no job.
We're not going to go there and say how much they really cost, but okay, we'll do that. It's just a thought that counts. I ask for little things. I never ask for nothing big. I always want little things. It doesn't take much to please me at all.
Do you do
Very
anything to
simple.
make her happy?
Yeah, I try to.
When
she lets me. When she permits me.
lets me. See there? When she lets me. You can just do something to make her happy on your own as a man. Show up and bam. There's a happy thing.
I do sometimes. She just doesn't let me sometimes. I might come in and I got a rose. She'll ask me, where'd you get that rose from? I just took it off the neighbor's, the tree right there. And she's like, well, you could have bought me a real one. You could have bought me one.
That should have been cool with you.
No, that did not happen. Just for instance, on Mother's Day, I gave him money a week ahead before Mother's Day. I didn't get a Mother's Day gift, but I gave him money. Asked why didn't he buy me my Mother's Day gift ahead of time? I'm always appreciative about a rose of flower. That's a lie what he just told. I never asked him where he got it from, where he could have bought me a real one. Never told him that.
Yes, she did. She said I could have bought her a real one.
You didn't buy anything for Mother's Day?
Not this year. I didn't have any money.
He had money when I gave it to him.
I cooked her a big dinner, a giant dinner.
I can't fix this. I tried. You know, I would give you. I can't give you transitional support for one, a man who doesn't support you now and hasn't done so in years. He doesn't have a job. I mean, you know, it's to help the stay-at-home person to get out and go forward, and that's not your situation, so I can't do that. You should feel shame and low.
I do.
He's not man enough for you. Don't feel bad if you have to walk forward. And you need to work hard to make sure she don't want to go. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I can't give you any recovery, but I wish you the best of luck. This matter is adjourned.
The couple appreciates the judge's ruling, and John is working hard to keep his wife from leaving. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.